Here we have the current stock market update for SOUNDHOUND AI Incorporated, stock ticker SOUN. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is the 2-hour price chart. Each candle on this time frame represents a 2-hour trading period. And as we can see, the stock is definitely making a run higher here, and we're starting to consolidate a bit at these upper levels. So there have been some fairly significant price movements here recently, so we will go over each of these support levels, price levels, and hopefully identify some profitable trading strategies for this stock going forward. So most recently, we have now broken through this resistance zone that was quite formidable and had been tested on several prior occasions. I think that you would have to at least call this area a triple top resistance zone, coming in at right around $5.10. This really wasn't an exact area because we did see some prior resistance that developed at 505. And then there was a bit more of a double top or a tweezer top pattern that came in right around 515. So if we sort of average those two numbers together, we get 510. And then we can see that more recently, share prices did start to break above this level quite forcefully. And we have now reached some near-term highs, which can be found at, this would be $5.63. So we did get a little bit more of a price high here. Not much, but if we look at this prior candle here, this is the difference between 563 and 561 and 563. So, we are seeing some modest new highs here. But I think what's most important about this whole structure at the moment is that share prices were able to, form some higher lows. I mean, all of these are really higher lows here, going back to $4.33. Then we have roughly 445. And then right around 460. So this was a series of higher lows as an ascending triangle pattern was starting to develop. So this was a bullish structure that was starting to form here, and then ultimately we do see this share price movement sort of explode to the top side, at least on the shorter term time frame. These are significant movements. In the process, we did break several resistance levels. I mean, I have now mentioned this $5.10 area, but we also broke above this 550 area, which in my view is probably more important. This was a double top resistance zone, but it also came into contact with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of this prior declining move. Let's just define what we're talking about here. Would essentially be this area here. So we're looking at the drop from 645 to 394. And, clearly this was a major price movement to the downside. So this movement above that 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level is significant because it's not only a fib resistance level, but it's also an important double top that came right into contact with that area. So, the market already knew that this was the 618 retracement when it tested this area the first time. We got a bit of a failure there. We tested it again, and then we failed again. So now that we have broken above here, this is a significant breakout. This does give us information, and it does suggest that, possibly the paradigm is shifting here a bit. So, recently, this most recent upward price movement, we'll sort of zoom in on this a bit here. Maybe we can even go down a bit on the indicator reading or the time frame. We can also look at the indicator reading on the hourly time frame. That might be a bit more helpful. So, as we can see here, this is now the 1 hour time frame. Each candle is a 1 hour trading period. And as we can see, this was a series of higher lows. We broke through 510 resistance. We posted some new highs above 550, and then we fell back to roughly test this 510 area once again. If we look at this actual low here, this is interesting because this actual low, if we look at this arrow here, this price low comes in at $5.16. So why is that significant? I mean, we should look at this $5.15 area and see that this was a double top resistance zone, or a tweezer top, you can also call it. 515 and 516. I mean, essentially that's a retest. 1 penny is not significant. So, it's very interesting here that share prices did break through this resistance level, form new highs, and then retest that prior resistance level on the way down. And then we did see share prices bounce higher. So, this is a significant movement here. This is how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to you're supposed to test these areas, possibly see a failure, sort of form a higher base, and then break through there, and then retest that area. So all of this is by the book at the moment. I mean, this is exactly how it's supposed to play out. So if we just sort of zoom out here a bit more, just to try to get a sense of where we stand at the moment. We should actually look at the indicator readings before I close out the video, because there are still some readings here that should be noted. There is some slight bearish condition here, some bearish momentum conditions that are forming, and we really don't see any bullish momentum evidence here on this hourly time frame. So that is a little bit of a warning signal. The downtrend movement here, this bearish movement, is a bit short term in nature, so it's not maybe it's not hugely significant, but we're not really seeing any bullish evidence at the moment. So if we're going to assess this indicator reading, we have to, on balance, say that it's bearish, but not heavily bearish. But there is no bullish indicator here, indication reading. So we have to side with the bearish side of the argument as far as the indicator reading is concerned. But it is very short term. This hasn't been tested very many times, and share prices would actually need to move into overbought territory in order to see a price failure in this area. So bearish, but not heavily bearish. So now that we have broken, just to close out the video here, now that we have closed above this 550 area, and that did happen this week. Did it happen this week? Yes, by 1 cent. So we did actually close, above here. We didn't really fail here, and we did actually technically close above that 550 mark. So, these are bullish signals here, and the next level to watch to the top side comes in right around 590, which would be the 786 retracement. There's a little bit of historical resistance found in this area as well. So I'm really kind of looking at this area up here. But then, the most likely outcome at the moment here is for a full retracement. We could see some stalling at that 786, but the more likely outcome right now would be for share prices to break above there and then retest that 645 resistance zone. So here's the current market update for SOUNDHOUND AI, stock ticker SOUN. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.